What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 49 of our Atalanta career mode and the start of season 3 here in Italy. And today we're going to take a look and probably get some transfers done. This window, I think, is based a lot, or is going to be based a lot on what goes out, more of what comes in. The only real place I'm looking to really strengthen or really get a proper good player in would be at center back. Everywhere else, I think we're in a pretty good spot. So it depends solely on what players are going to come in or what players are mostly going to go out. There are players on here I am going to put on the transfer list. Berisha, this lad here, Carnish Seshi. Souza is going to go to the loan list. Moretti is going to stay and be our backup. Casace will stay. He will be recalled. I believe his loan ended in a couple days, but he's coming back. Mancini is a player we are going to add to the transfer list just to see what happens. This lad here, Ibanez, is on the transfer list. Sutalo will stay. Simicon, Tavares, Hoover. Castagne is on the transfer list just to see what kind of bid we get in for him. Cunha will stay. Perez, I think I'm going to try and loan him out. Cabral is the one we're going to keep. Everyone else on here, Atarin, we're just gonna hold off on that for now. Everyone else, Hatsabura will be adding to the transfer list to see. His contract does end in 12 months as well, so that's one of those things. We're going to add him to the loan list. Silvera, Pauletta, loan list. Everyone else staying. Greco, we're going to keep. Traore, we can remove from the transfer list, or not. I guess we're not going to. Cornelius, we are going to add to the transfer list, and this lad here is out on loan and will stay out on loan for the moment. So there are players who could go out. We'll bring replacements in as we see fit. Center back is something we are going to look at, of course. Our transfer hub from the previous season has not been updated, but there are still center backs on it, I believe. There was that one there, and yeah, here we are at the bottom here. Tapsoba is one I've been looking at. One of the original ones we wanted to bring in. Jiku, another pretty decent player. Senesi. Koundé at Sevilla. Only 22. I mean, there are some really nice things here. Speed and acceleration are nice. Defending at 82. Elvedi, of course. But I believe, no, he hasn't just moved. But Koundé would probably be what I'd be looking at right now. Tapsoba, another good option. We're going to see how this goes forward. But, you know, at the moment, we're not really looking to do anything absolutely crazy just yet. For this season, our goals go pretty far in the Champions League would be the ideal, and then try and get to a point where we can challenge for the title. I know one or two of you have asked about the difficulty. The issue I have with the difficulty is we still haven't even been made champions here yet. When that happens, we'll take another look. So, you know, it'll go about that way. What I'm currently thinking is that if we can go ahead and win the league, or, you know, eventually win the league, and then we'll up the difficulty and keep on going with Atalanta, that may be the goal. You know, if we win the league next year, season 5, we can go into it really upping the difficulty and not necessarily doing it all over again, but making it a little bit more difficult to keep the place we're at. At the moment, we kind of want to win everything before we go ahead and, you know, really, you know, up that difficulty. Because at the moment, we were winning and winning. Obviously, last year we won the Europa League, but we were still knocked out pretty early in the Coppa Nazionale and still finished well behind Juventus. So we're holding off on that just for a little bit. But we did lose 2-0 to Arsenal here. David Neres and that Pereira, is that Ricardo? The Pereira from United, Andres Pereira, or Ricardo Pereira. we'll see. But at the moment, as you can see, these are the players we're training. Perez is training for the moment, but if he finds a loan move, we're going to put Cabral into that spot. This year, the training is going to be a little bit more youngster dependent, mainly because most of the other players are in good spots. So we're kind of just going to see about it that way. This lad right here, Ibanez, we're going to let him go. But yeah, everyone else is pretty good. We may train Ataran in his stamina if need be, and really start to work him into that role a little bit more, but you never know. An offer comes in for Cornelius, someone we're looking to move on. Their offer is above what our guy there says we should even be attempting to get, so that's pretty good. We'll just hold with it. Another game here. Auto replace for this match. The game against Mönchengladbach. And a 3-1 win for them. So it looks like we're out of our preseason tournament already. There were some tough preseason tournaments. This was the easiest one. I was kind of looking for money, but it doesn't look like we're going to get any, as we are already out. Transfer offer comes in for Berisha, which is another bit of money. I forgot to show you guys how much we're actually on at the moment before these come in. It's quite a bit. 108 million for the moment without any sales. So I mean, it's quite a lot of money. And where we go with that money, as I said, I don't know. It'll have to depend, as Traore finds a loan move, which is good. I wouldn't want to sell him, even though I couldn't remove him from the transfer list. Couldn't get that out of there. But a loan move is perfect. There are a lot of kids that look like they're going to be rather good. With Castagne, I don't mind moving him on if we get some good money, but I think I'm just going to move Cunha right into that spot, and he'll end up, you know, playing a lot more often, which I think is probably the good thing at this point. He's growing continuously, 73 overall. No, Cabral is the one we are going to keep. Toulouse have made an offer for Cornelius. Agreement has been made here at 30 million for Valencia for Castagne. So I'm just going to accept that. That's what we were kind of looking for a backup player. That is absolutely mental. We are going to take it and just roll with it. Castagne, of course, player who starts here, but from where our team is now, it's tough. It's tough to really, you know, it's tough to reject that kind of money. As he goes out, Carnesci, an offer comes in for 6.3 million. We'll delegate this just a little bit, see what they say. Another goalkeeper who's a bit young, probably got some potential about him, but in theory he'd be our backup this year, but you know, we can get the younger kid a little bit of time. Nubel, of course, is the overall #1 there, so you know, it's just one of those things. We're at a point in our squad here, as I've said, where in reality there aren't too many places we can go with it without spending a ton of money. So it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to go there, because we're in a good spot along the back lines. Probably overall wise, the place where we can go and spend money, because Sache is growing, Tavares is growing. It's just, it's tough. It's tough to go in there, and you don't want to replace him and bring in someone like, you know, who's an 85 overall and leave Tavares kind of out in the cold a little bit. He's playing so well, as a 43 million pound offer has come in for Ataran. I'm going to delegate this, but I kind of want a lot of money if Ataran's going to go. A lot of money. He's growing really well, and while he is behind Draxler and still has some stamina issues, I don't want to just give him away, as Castagne has been sold, and it looks like Cunha is going to move up into that spot, as an offer comes in for Hattabara as well. So a right back would be something we were looking at, or an offer is coming for Coutinho from Atletico Madrid. Gonna go reject that outright. 8.4 million for Kaneshi. That's good. Hattaboro. We're gonna delegate this a little bit and see what they say on Hattaboro, but a lot of money's going out or coming into the club at the moment. Do we go center back hunting? Proper center back. I mean, center backs who are established and ready to roll, or do we go with the center back, you know, on the list there? That lad, Kundal, looks really, really good. I'm really tempted to go after him, and I think that's what we're going to do. I think I've made my mind up. What are we playing City in? Oh, we have to be playing Manchester City in the, what do they call that? The Super Cup. Alright, so Transfer Hub. Let's go. We're just going to go ahead with it. There are a lot of players here who... Why did this change? What happened to all these? These were all full. Maybe because there's something we did first season and we're in our third season and now they need to be re-scouted. Either way, let's go. We're going to approach to buy Koundé. 81 overall, ready to go. Quick, physical. Looks a good center back. Very, very young as well. We're going to offer 20. What did they want? They wanted nearish 30. 31 plus a 10% sell-on clause. Remove the sell-on clause. Propose new transfer fee. Go with 29. 30.1. Comfortable with that. 30.1 million for Koundé. Let's negotiate and see what he wants. And it looks like we may be bringing in a new center back. With Mancini on the transfer list and leaving, that would leave us with Mancini, Simicon, Popov, Sutalo, and Bensabani as well. So, I mean, we're in a pretty good spot in that case, center back wise. He's going to be the starter, so important is pretty good. 5 years he's comfortable with. Perfect. Disregard release clause, and he wants 38K a week. We're going to counter and just remove the bonus. Go with it. Perfect. 38.5 thousand pounds a week, but a new center back has come in. And we are now in a spot where we are going to be replacing Popov, which is a bit harsh on Popov, to be completely fair, but actually Popov will be the one coming in. Mancini's the one leaving. Bensabani has to stay on the bench because he can play left back as well. And here's Koundé into the squad. As you can see, 81 pace is nice, 82 defending, 75 physical. There are some nice things here. 90 jumping, 82 acceleration, 82 interception. There's some really, really nice things here. 83 defensive awareness, 82 heading accuracy at 22 years of age. He's not the tallest at 5'11", but his jumping reach gets him up there, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. But that's a good buy, I think. That is a good buy. So now we're at a point where we're only replacing players that go out. In reality, Tottenham offered 33 million. I'm just going to reject that because I'm upset at such an offer. Offer has come in. We're going to delegate this as well. The other one's still being delegated for Hattaboro, right? So yes, a couple of teams have come in for Hattaboro. We may go right back then. We'll see how right back kind of plays out. I don't know if I want to go right back or if I want to train Hoover more and get him more into the squad, or bring in someone like Bensabani, someone who's, you know, who can back up right back when we need him in important games, and then Hoover can play more in games where we don't necessarily need, you know, we can afford to rotate those kind of games. We'll have to see. We will have to see how I'm feeling, how it's going forward. How do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you guys think, or where you guys even think I should be going with the money. At the moment, money-wise, I think we're just in a really good spot. Offers come in from Mykolenko, that's fine. Karneshi has been sold. An agreement for Hattaboro at 17. agreement for a Taran at 43. That's not happening. So I need to make sure I don't mess this up. A Taran, reject. Then a Hatterborough offer at 17. I'm gonna Lille or discuss. I'm gonna reject this one. I'm gonna see if Lille come back with another offer. They offered 14.5. I think we're gonna get a little bit more than Benfica just tried to offer. And the Taran's definitely not going anywhere for £43 million. What else we got? An offer is coming from Mancini from Brighton. We're going to delegate this a bit. 27. They'll probably be upset about that and tell me to bugger off. But it's just how it has to be. So we'll see at right back. Hatterborough looks like he's going to be leaving. We shall see, as Orsolini has gone to Marseille, someone we were looking at for a while, especially early on. Broken down negotiations for Betis over Mancini. See, at 25, they thought that was kind of a lot. So Brighton may think the other way at 27 as well. But Moretti growing. Everybody's growing. I would like to get Barrow growing a little bit more because Muriel, this is probably at the end of last season, there was a couple of things in there in terms of stats that were starting to decline a little bit. So, we shall see. An offer comes in for Perez on loan. Yes, he can go. An agreement for Lille for 17.9. We're just going to accept that one. An offer has come in for Atarin, 43. His market value between... Yeah, no. We're going to reject it. Atarin, so I think we're just going to end up holding on to Atarin. I was just wanted to see what kind of bids I was going to collect here, but it looks like not the type of bids I was willing to sell him for. On August 11th is this game. That'll probably be next episode. We'll go with the game. For now, we'll continue going this way, as Hatterborough is going to leave, so right back may be an issue. So we may be looking to bring in a Ben Sabani type who can play right back, who's comfortable being the squad player. It's just one of those things. Interest has come in for Biago. Perez has been loaned out. Hatterborough sold. We still have a ton of money, even though we spent £30 million. It's a strange window. It is a strange window. So we are going to put in... I think we're going to put a Taran in. We're going to train his stamina, I think. Yeah, we're going to train his stamina. That's got to get up because he's still getting tired rather quickly. As you can see, Cunha moving up quite a bit. 76 overall now. Greco is another player we'd like to bring in behind Barrow. I think next year the front three won't include Muriel necessarily, and while it won't include him, he'll be here, but he is starting to decline. As we said just recently, he's starting to decline, so I don't know how much longer he'll be the really good player he is at the moment. Barrow will be getting a few more opportunities this year than last year, and Muriel may not be getting as many opportunities. He's still a proper good player, of course, but as you know, in sports games, everybody just falls right off a cliff ever so quickly. There's not too much you can even do about it, unfortunately. But here, as you can see, the Super Cup is coming, and that will be next episode. One thing I do want to take a look at before we go. Nope, we're not playing this game just yet. Next episode, we'll be able to look at it. And we are going to... I'll consider it. And he's been loaned out. So let's take a look at transfers really quick. See if we have some right backs in here. Or I'll have to look at some right backs who are, willing to sit. Reina. A player we were looking at. Castagna has moved on. It's still less than 10 million. That's good money. It just is. Fratesi, Iago. Here are the right backs here, but they're all older. I think we're going to need like a 24, 25-year-old, someone who's probably done growing. We're probably going to do that, but I am going to go for Reina. I'm going to bring in Giovanni Reyna here. He has a lot of potential. Still only 18. If we can get him in, you know, kind of sporadic type of player. Player swap. Do those ever work? We're going to try at 6 million to start, but I'm willing to pay 10. He is going to be pretty cheap for what he becomes. 73 overall already. 8.1 is fine. In real life, 8.1 would probably end up being a bargain. Let's negotiate. The young American can play cam and can also play left. And he only wants sporadic. No, we're comfortable with sporadic. I am comfortable with that. 5 years. No release clause. How much? What do you want salary-wise? What about that? How does that feel? How does that catch your fancy? It does. 12,000 pounds a week. Probably a bit heavy on the signing bonus at 200,000, but this is a good signing. I like this signing. And I know we have wingers and things like that, but, you know. And we were just talking about Cunha. Cunha's opportunities are still backup-wise. Having, excuse the barking, having, you know, the option, though, to bring in someone like Reyna it's nice to have. One thing I am going to have to do here is, because I don't want to forget about him, I'll move him in one. I kind of want to move him up one, too. Okay, so we'll keep Reyna there. But that's a pretty good signing. I really think it's a good signing. Ataran's obviously very unhappy. He doesn't start as many games now, but I think he's going to be getting more opportunities this year. If the stamina goes up a little bit, he's definitely a really good player, and he started really well when we signed him on. It was just a period there before we moved Draxler in here where Draxler out right and Ataran in the middle, it just wasn't working. We got Galeno in, and Ataran just moved down to the bench. Draxler's been great here, but his stamina is also kind of an issue that we're also working on. Well, not really working on, but he's not growing too much at 27, but Ataran will be playing a little bit more this year, and we're in a really good spot. We are in a really good spot. We're looking at another right back, I suppose, and then I don't know if we go anywhere else this transfer window. It might be a very, very quiet window, guys, but that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you folks, of course, have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. In peace.